Hello, everyone, and welcome to Voices of Impact, a special media section live from the Africa Impact Summit 2025. And today we have with us the board chair for Impact Investing Ghana, Mr. Yaw Asiedu. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so it's so great to have you here, sir. As the board chair of Impact Investing Ghana, can you give us just a brief summary or intro into Impact Investing Ghana for those who don't know?
Well, thanks for the opportunity. It started as a small entity trying to create an ecosystem of entities and of people who want to think beyond the normal sources of financing and that want to create real impact across our society. And so we've moved beyond that. Now we are looking at things like catalytic capital, philanthropic capital, etc. Basically, anything that borders on the non-traditional that will inform minds and hearts that there's a need for real change on the continent and help network and find funding for that change that will create lasting impact.
Yes.
So that's what Impact Investing Ghana is about.
Okay, lasting impact and then capital for lasting impact. And transitioning into that, what role do you believe platforms like this, the Africa Impact Summit, play in bridging the gap between capital and community-driven change?
Well, networking is important. I saw a lawyer here who I would never have imagined would be here. He's into litigation, but he says that he's looking at doing business in transactions advisory.
Yeah.
And so networking, pulling people together to share ideas, to share opportunities, and to share funding.
Yeah.
So that platform is doing well, and if we do more of this in a focused way like you are doing, then you can only imagine the kind of power and the kind of impact it's going to create.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a platform for action, and so in line with that, what concrete actions do you think or do you believe should be taken away from the Africa Impact Summit 2025?
Of all your questions, that's one of the more, because we're used to these talk shops, right?
Yeah.
But what I like about Impact Africa, Ghana, and the global network is that you're beginning to find that there are focused action points. I see that you've created an action, is it a board or
Yes,
so?
an action
where we
board.
will list what we want to do so that we're moving beyond talk and just to walk. So
Yeah.
that in itself, it seems like a small step. It's a good step. And then there's the deal room I see in the room just across to my left,
Yes.
where there's real effort, even as the conversations are going on, to match suppliers of capital with those who are demanding capital. Those two steps look small, but if we can scale them, we're going to make lasting change.
Yeah, real impact. Yes, so thank you so much for your time, Mr. Asiedu. But before we go, I'd like to find out what impact means to you, maybe in one word, one phrase.
I'm sorry, I won't give you that in one word. I'll give you that in a couple of words. When I drive to places like this, you see wonderful shiny buildings, and yet you see slums by the wayside, gutters that are filled with plastic waste. You get to think that our governments are trying but can't do enough. So when I think of impact, I think of people with focused hearts and minds that want to do things despite what the governments cannot do.
Yeah.
And that's what matters to me. If we can all become citizens of our societies that want to drive change this way, I think that we're going to make it. And that's what impact makes me think about.
Yeah. At the heart of impact is the heart. It's people-centered and it focuses on the betterment of society. And so thank you all so much for joining today, and we will see you next time.